came here, you guys, and I really had this whole thing like scripted. I'm going to give them this slides and all this scientific information as to why they should be eating this and that. And then God was like, really? I'm sorry. I don't know. And I was like, oh, man. So I have to give, because I always go into prayer and asking, what does the lady need here? Not what I know. What do you all need to hear? So this came to me yesterday. You know how it goes, Ron. You know. So if you guys have pads, I really want you guys to take notes. It might seem like a lot of information, but this is really food for thought. Because food is nourishment. Thoughts are nourishment. It is not just what we eat, it's what we think. Got it? Yes. So today, we're going to talk about food is in formation. Food is information. Food is in formation. Okay? So when you guys hear the word information, you automatically think of someone telling you something, or you're reading something and then you're able to process it, to be better at your job, or to be better in your life, you know, as parents, or better as in whatever it is that you're doing. So the dictionary defines information as knowledge communicated or received concerning a particular fact or circumstance. Makes sense, right? Okay. But I, like Queen Jewel, we love words. We like to tear them things apart. I like to say I'm a wordsmith. I love words. Information is a three-part word. Information. So let us pick that word apart, shall we? In means within a space. Within a space, that's in. Form, shape of a thing or person. But for this talk, we'll talk about person. Form is your shape. Ation is a suffix. Suffix means it comes after an action. So information is things within your space that will shape you after action is taken. See? Whether positive or negative. So, your food will shape your life after you eat it. Or it will accelerate your death. It's up to you. I didn't come to sugarcoat that at all. I'm just speaking it like I tell you it is. It just is what it is. Food will accelerate your life or accelerate your death. Food isn't just what you eat and digest physiologically. It's also what you eat and digest mentally and emotionally. Yes. Food is to be consumed, but it can also consume you. So it is very important to watch what you eat. It's a circle. Yeah. You gotta be careful with what you eat. So is what you're consuming positive or negative? And an easy way to answer this is, how do you feel after you eat it? Now I'm not talking about why you're eating it. Oh, it's good. Oh, I love that taste. It's just so salty. Oh, it's just so warm. It's crispy in the car. It's crushed. I know. But how do you feel after? Like an hour after. How do you feel? Do you feel like you can go run a couple miles? Even if you don't run, do you feel like you can go walk, or you're ready to face the day? Or do you feel like you need a moment because it's just sluggish and it's holding you down? Let me explain to you what that feeling is of being sluggish. This is like an engine. Our gastrointestinal tract is like a locomotive, right? And you see how it's shaped like the little squiggly lines in the inside, that's the small intestines, and they got the big lines on the outside, that's the large intestines. It's almost like that's the highway, and this is just the roads, you know, on the side streets. So what happens is, you eat the food, digestion actually begins before you even eat. Just smell it. You notice the taste of saliva starts coming, you're like, hey, that smells good. Because your body's alive, and it's active, and it's sensitive to everything. So smell is also food too, right? So the minute you smell it, you start to get activated. And all these emotions come up. Boy, it's about to go down when I eat it. Oh, it's about to be so good. You start to chew it. Saliva comes out. Saliva has enzymes that begin breaking down the food. The challenge with us is because we want everything so quick, so fast. Most of us chew 2-3 times to swallow the food. We want quick satisfaction. But you're not allowing the saliva to do what it's supposed to do, which is break down the food. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, chew. Still big old chunks, we swallow it. Right? Goes down your esophagus, and then it hits up here. Now this is our stomach, but what's up here? Our liver. So what the liver does is break everything down. When you have food that's easy to break down, carbohydrates, particularly your fruits, your vegetables, things like that, juice, it kind of just passes through your liver and it goes right into your intestines. There's really no digestion in your stomach when you're eating fruits and when you're drinking juice. There's really no need, it's pure energy, right? I'm not advocating for excessive juice drinking, but cold pressed juice, like you squeeze it yourself, or even me, when I do it, I still dilute it in water. Why? Because your body is meant to digest whole food, and that's what I'm talking about. When it's a juice, it kind of cuts a process out, and it sends your body into shock. It just kind of all goes into your bloodstream, and your body goes, whoa, and your pancreas goes, whoa. That's why there's all this spike in diabetes, because we're overloading our bloodstream. Our pancreas don't know what to do, and it's just overwhelming to the body. So it gets to your liver breaks down stuff. If you have a lot of fat in your foods, it activates the gallbladder. It sends out something called bile. Bile breaks down fat. But if you eat too much fatty food, gallbladder's like, oh, well, wait a minute now. Give me a chance. You're doing too much. So it causes a traffic jam. And then your liver says, well, wait a minute now, hold on. Everybody trying to rush through the gates. It's just too much. So then your liver gets backed up. Right? So you're already jacked up. We even got to the stomach yet. It's all backed up. So then it starts to trickle down into your stomach, right? And what your stomach is meant to do is really, it's not the first line of breaking down. It's really like the third line of breaking down. But the liver's backed up, and you swallowed all fast, so the stomach got extra work to do. It's going to try. We have something in our stomach called hydrochloric acid that's meant to really liquefy the foods in our stomach. But it only has a threshold, a certain amount of time, and a certain density of food that it can do that to. So if you got big hunks and chunks of meat and bread, it's like, it's doing too much. Y'all doing too much for me. So I'm just, but it is my job to inform you, because the information is power. Because when you go to the doctor and you get a diagnosis, they're going to tell you how they can cut it out. Not how you can cut it out. You understand what I'm saying? We got to cut out the behavior. Ignorance is not bliss. That's right. Not anymore. Although sometimes I have those moments. I like not even know something. But whatever. I have to live one time in that path. So our stomach is already backed up. So if our stomach's backed up and it didn't break down a lot of stuff, it has to go to our intestines first, right? It goes to our small intestine. And really, what a small intestine's job, that's the wiggly stuff in the middle. It's really meant to break down the food one more time and begin absorption of nutrients. Your body does not even absorb anything really nutrient-wise until it gets to your intestines. But if it's already at a deficit from the minute you chew, what is it absorbing? It's not meant to absorb the big old chunks. It's really meant to absorb, liquefy. So if you got big old chunks trying to pass through there, then this is what happens. It gets backed up. Most people I see with a big stomach, the only thing is that their system is backed up. But what happens when you have a backed up system? Still in your system. You think you're going once a day, gonna fix that? No, because you're supposed to go every time you eat. So if you eat 3 times a day, you're supposed to go 3 times a day. But that doesn't just vanish. It stays there. And what happens when you see roadkill on the road? Y'all ever pass, a cat or something, the next day you pass it, 3 days later it starts to get all the flies and the maggots on it, and a couple days later you just see the bones and the fur and all that stuff. See, we see that. So we're like, oh man, but we don't see that happening inside of us. And that's what's happening. It has to go somewhere, and if it's not, it's fermenting inside of your body. Thus the acid reflux. Thus the amount of numerous autoimmune diseases. Autoimmune disease, IBS, Graves' disease, Hashimoto's disease, all that comes from disrupted this. Tuberculosis and all that other fun stuff. Over 120 autoimmune diseases, including cancer. Why? Because autoimmune disease is this. Auto means automatic. Immune is your defense system. When you have an autoimmune disease, that means that your body's defense system is automatically attacking itself. Because it's got too much foreign entities in there. So it's constant fight or flight. Your body is fighting for you, even when you eat. And it gets tired. Your body is alive. I'm trying to let you guys know this. Your body is alive. Your cells are alive. And it's fighting for you, whether you party, celebrating your birthday, eating crazy, or whether you sad or depressed. It's fighting for you. When does it rest? It's got to rest. That's where cleansing and fasting comes in. We, people, most of us fast once a year, Daniel fast, or in the beginning of the year because they want to hear from God. I didn't know God would only speak one time a year. Just call a spade a spade. Now, so if God don't talk once a year, God is talking to you constantly, especially when you pray. I don't want to hear you say, God didn't answer my prayer. No, you're just too backed up. And I'm saying that to say that your brain and your gut look alike. That's why they call this the second mind. I should follow my gut. You can't follow it if it's backed up. Because you following disease or destruction or trauma or death or all the other D's that we don't want to talk about. She got good D's here. So we have to be mindful of what we're following. But I'm doing this to show you guys the connection between this and this.
That's right.
This guides this. Why, after we eat a big meal, we say we got itis? You know the blank itis. They said we got itis. Kathy, you know it too. You know that itis in front. I don't want to say it. It's not politically correct. Right? But this is why we feel that we have itis. It's because our blood flow goes to where it's needed the most. After you eat a big meal, your blood automatically leaves here, because if our blood ain't flowing, our brain ain't working right. When they say someone is brain dead, it's because there's a sufficient lack of oxygen and blood flow to their brain. It's not, the brain is still electrically charged. Our heart and brain are run off electricity. But the blood flow is almost like it's like the gas, so it's out of gas, So what happens is, when we eat a big meal, all of our blood flow goes here, and all the rest of us, we ain't got no blood flow, and we just want to rest. That's why we yawn. Yawn is lack of oxygen, So we're yawning after a big meal, and we do that because all the blood is going to break that down. You can't do nothing else. You can't think. You can't do anything. That's what the kids knew. That's when they would ask me for some. Mama, can I go ahead? Just do it. So that's what is happening when your body is digesting a big meal. So you have to be mindful about consumption. Your body only needs so much, but what the body needs is nutrients. That's why we can have big breakfast and still be hungry 2 hours later. Because we ain't got the nutrients, we got filled. There's certain foods like bread and potatoes. And don't get me wrong, potatoes are very good for you. They have a lot of nutrition, but they're a filler. And when you're eating them, and remember what I told you, it's filling up your intestines. There's no absorbency that can go on in there. So you're not getting any nutrients, so you feel hungry again. It's quick. It's in and out, or you get bloated and you're like, I'm good, and then it starts to flush out and your body got no nutrients, so you're hungry all over again. You're back to square one. So it's important to eat food that's nutrient rich so you can stay satisfied. And then you won't be eating all the crazy stuff that you're used to, because we eat out of convenience, we eat out of habit. This is what we do. That's what we do. A lot of people laugh. I didn't grow up plant-based. I grew up here. My parents are from the Caribbean. We ate every animal and in every way. In every part. Why I got to eat a cow's stomach? That don't even make sense. But culturally, that's what we did. Just like chitlins. I never understood it, but I couldn't talk about a cow's stomach and pig intestines. It's the same thing if you ask me.
Okay.
A cow tongue and goat foot. I don't eat it. Why? Just say it. So I'm saying that to say I am you guys. Right? I am you guys, and I understand what it means to eat. But after a while, the habits have got to stop. You've got to ask yourself, am I feeling good? And that's what I want to ask you guys. Up to what you did up to this moment, eating-wise, nutritionally, the way you're thinking, do you feel that you're at your peak? No. Do you feel that you feel great? That you're at your best? That this is all that God created you for in this moment? If anybody can answer, yes, I'm good, thank you. Please still stay connected to me. We can be cool. I'm saying this even for myself. I know the best is yet to come. I truly believe that the days that were in the Bible that people lived to 150, 200 years can still happen now.
That's right.
But it disconnected from our source. We're not eating of what we are. So let me break it down. What are we? What are we? What are we? I'm a woman. That's the title. That's the title. I'm a mama, I'm a wife. You know, I'm my husband pain in the butt. That's title. Right? But what are we? Physiologically speaking, and scientifically speaking, and more important, spiritually speaking, we are made in the image and likeness of our Maker. Well, what does that mean? God don't look like me per se, but he does look like me because I'm with him, and he looks like you, and all of us. But what does that mean? We are made up of the divine elements that God used to create the entire planet. So we have been taught that nature is nature, then it's us. But that's not true. If we're in the image and maker of our image and likeness of our Maker, and our Maker has created all this greenery, this water, these mountains, and given us the intelligence to create all this stuff, that's what we are. Why don't we remember that? It's because we forgot. And what makes you forget? Certain things that we're eating. It takes away from the divine connection. If my Maker said, eat this, Genesis 1:29 says, this tree, eat any fruit from this tree, and of this fruit shall be your meat. Specifically, it says, eat any seeded fruit, because seed is life. We all come from seeds. So God is telling you, eat from the seeds, you'll be good. Avocados, thank you. Olives, rich in fat, healthy fat, that will not put a strain on your gallbladder. Because your body recognizes itself. When you are eating stuff that is not from you, cow fat, pork fat, your body's like, who you is? And what am I supposed to do with this? There's a stranger in my house. And it made me swine. And I'm telling you, you guys, I didn't stop eating meat because it tastes good. I love the taste of it. I'm just being honest, y'all watching this. I'm being honest. It tastes great. Yes. I can't front. I'm the most honest plant-based eater you will see. I look at it sometimes like, you know, but I understand. I'm not led by my appetite. Right? Because the truth be told, there's stuff that plant-based eaters, vegans eat, and they unhealthy than a mother. They eating a lot of processed food. All they eat is fake meat, fake cheese, fake. How you gonna eat all this fake stuff and expect to keep it real? It doesn't make any sense. Right. So it's not about just not eating meat. It's about eating nutrition. You have to eat more fruits and vegetables over pastas and breads. The essence of bread and pasta is natural, but it's processed so much before we can even eat it that your body once again says there's a stranger in my house. Your body is alive. That's why what you think, your body hears. I am so beautiful, or I ain't. Your body says okay to it. That's right. So what are you telling your body? Most of it. We are self-healing machines. It's mandated. I'm so thankful for that. You are better off not doing anything and literally not eating than eating crap. I will repeat it again. You're better off not eating at all than eating crap. You will heal faster. That's right. Because you're not putting more poison in your body. You're allowing your body to heal in the state that it's at. A drug addict never got better by feeding them more cocaine. You have to get them off of it. Wean them off, but you have to do something. You don't say, okay, well, he's having a hard time. I'm just going to keep giving it to him, and then I'm going to pray over it. You can't pray over crap and expect it to make you better. That's right. You just can't. Don't play God like that. Well, I'm going to just pray over my food. Yeah, I'm going to pray over the abusive guy that's beating my butt, too. He going to get better, but not on my time. You understand what I'm saying? Stop using prayer as a crutch. It's supposed to be our power. It's our source. It is God's way of saying, okay, I hear you. Now let's work together. It's not to keep you comfortable. That's right. I like a good donut every now and then, but praying over it ain't going to take away what's going to do to my body. I had a vegan brownie last night. I'm still. But it's not going to take away what it is. So it's not about deprivation. It's about understanding what you're doing. What are we? It is scientifically proven that we are made up of the same things as the stars and the soil. Why do you think God says we are the salt and the light of the earth? As above, so below. As within, so without. We're all made up of the same thing. Hydrogen, phosphorus, nitrogen, oxygen, sodium, iron, magnesium. We're 93% minerals. But we ain't getting none of it. And wonder why. My prayers ain't being answered. I don't feel good. You have to eat what you are. God says God is love. We are love. But if we're in constant states of toxicity and abuse, we will never know who we are. That's right. And I'm not just talking about physical abuse, emotional abuse, nutritional abuse. Because eating bad is nothing but nutritional suicide, I tell you. And most of us are on that path to killing ourselves. But it's legal. It's okay, it's legal. You got sugar in your blood. What in the hell? You don't have sugar in your blood. You are over-consuming poison. We say my grandmama had it, my great-grandmama had it. They have the habits. The disease does not run in the family. The habits run in your family. Who's going to be the one to stop the habits? Come on. You going to wait for the next generation? Coward. Coward. Sorry. Punk. Too much information out there. Is it going to be uncomfortable? Absolutely. What did you say yesterday? Oh, honey, that change ain't going to be pretty. You were like, I didn't say it was going to be pretty. I didn't say it was going to be pretty. One of my guys like, for nothing, no. You're like, no. But is it necessary? Yes. Gosh, it's necessary. Every step we take in another direction is a step away from what was killing us. Yes. We don't have to make all the change of the whole world in our lifetime, but we are required to make some change. We have to. Ancestors pass away, they pass us the torch. That's right. We're trying to pass it back. That's right. I ain't never seen no relay race like that ever. You ever see Flojo running? Somebody give it to her, she going back. No! It's a forward motion. Faith is forward. Right. Change is forward. Yes. Yes. You have to eat what you are. You have to think what you are. And I'm a big proponent of having fun on the journey, you guys. Yes. I have to laugh through some of this stuff because I am you. It ain't always easy. No. You know? And you might not be tempted like me. I'm rarely tempted to eat meat anymore. But there's some things, like I said, a donut. And I do have it every now and then. You know, because I want it. I eat not from a place of I just want to enjoy that. Not like, dang, I don't feel good, I need to have it. Because it just makes you a drug addict. Except your drug is legal. Let's just call it what it is. You know, it's either MSG or sugar. We're all addicted to something. That's right. I'm just not going to get arrested for it. That's right. Can you imagine us with mugshot to be someone's mugshot? That's me. But we have to draw the line as to what we're going to do to keep us going. We can't let nobody, and that's what happens. We get a diagnosis, and a diagnosis is nothing but a shared opinion. Understand that. I'm not saying it's right or wrong or indifferent, but a diagnosis is just what they say. Well, you know, based on what we're seeing here, you have this, because based on what you had that. Based on what you had that. So you guys all have the same thing. Yeah. So they can tell you their opinion. Right. And I do believe that God sends us diagnosis so we can know it's time to get ourselves together. Right. It's not a punishment, you guys. Right. Understand that. A diagnosis is an opportunity to start all over. Yes. It is. I do not believe that I serve a God that's here to punish me. He ain't that bored. I'm just going to create you and just put you through all sorts of hell. No. But he can't force my perspective. That's what free will is. You have to give yourself an opportunity to change your perspective. Okay, so I got this diagnosis. Most people I know that get a diagnosis had some sense that something wasn't right in their body. Some sense. Yeah. They might not know it was what they were told. Right. But I don't feel right. But we got this, and no one wants to change what they're doing. I certainly don't want to change, eating cereal with sugar, and then lunch, fast food, and dinner. So something might not feel right, but I'm okay, because I'm still going. And then when the doctor tells you, tell the doctor, tell me something else. No, he's telling you what you work towards. And we all have to be accountable for that.
Right.
It's okay. I was told I had fibroids, and they told me they got to cut it out. And I said, no, you're not. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I just knew when I heard cut out, I was like, no. Because I have the last say, and God has the last say. And John 10:10 said, I came that you may have life and have it more abundantly. You cut me open ain't abundant from what I know. So I'm going to do what I can. Surgery is not always a bad thing, but it should not be your first line of defense. Understand that. Surgery is meant for trauma. If I get in a car accident and my leg gets severed, please try to attach it. Don't get it twisted, try. But it's not the first line of defense. Try. Try to heal yourself. Seek, and you shall find. Ask, and the answers will come to you. Sometimes surgery, along with the lifestyle change, is what is needed. But we have to, at least what happens when we have a surgery, there's no accountability. I jacked up, you cut me open, okay, I'm good. You go back to do the stuff that led you to have the surgery, and then you have another surgery. Well, how much can you cut me open? I know I'm cool and everything, but I'm not a Christmas gift. You can't keep pulling me apart. Ain't gonna have nothing left. Surgery is an invasive process, and it takes your body a long time to heal. When you open your body, you are exposed to all sorts of things in the air that they can't cut out, they can't prevent. So you have to be mindful. That's why everybody heals from surgery differently. Some people's scars, my sister had C-sections, and her scars, I swear, took 2 years to heal. But everybody's body is different. And so there's so much variables when it comes to that. They make it seem like everybody's surgery is the same. It's not the same. Some people die in dental surgery, And I've had dental where I wake up, I'm like, thank you. You just never know. So what I'm saying is let's prevent what we can. Getting cut out can help, but then what? And the then what is never ever explored. So what I'm telling you is this. You have to eat what you are. Minerals are important. What foods are rich in minerals? Watch your time, because I can sit here and talk to y'all for like 4 hours, and I understand people got to check out, so I'm just being mindful of the time. What food are rich in minerals? A lot of sea plants. Kelp, chlorella, dulse, some seaweed chips y'all see in the stores. A lot of people don't like that. You can get it in powder form. Put it in a smoothie. I have a mineral moss supplement that you can get. It gives you all your minerals. Irish moss, bladderwrack, all that stuff is rich in minerals. Root stuff are rich in minerals because it comes from the ground. Minerals are all in the soil. Unless y'all can eat some stardust, let me know so I can figure out how I did. That's probably going to be the best. But in the meantime, you're going to get your root stuff. Your carrots and your yucca and which is cassava, and your yams and your sweet potatoes and your beets and stuff like that. Yes, thank you. But I don't mean potatoes in the form of French fries, because frying kills the nutrition. Do I eat French fries? Absolutely. But not as my source of minerals. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to get them in a whole. You steam your yams or your sweet potatoes or your squash and all that stuff. So root vegetables and seed vegetables, very, very rich in minerals. Another thing that we are, and y'all hear this all the time, is one of the things that we are lacking so much is vitamin D. Vitamin D is a synthesizer of our body. It just sets things in motion. The richest source of vitamin D comes from the sun. So most of us, thank God we in California, right? I know. It's mid-November. Right. I mean, it's pretty. Thank you. Georgia, you were good to me, but I have to come back home. I have to go back home. It's a beautiful thing. Even when it's not hot, you can get the sun. On Jackson, you still get, all you really need is 15 to 20 minutes a day, 3, maybe 4 days a week of sun, and you're good. But what we've been taught to do, run from the sun. Girl, I don't want to get dark. Girl, I don't want to sweat my perm out. Girl, it's killing us. Those habits, those ideologies that were passed down to us from grandma and great-grandma and great-grandma and great-grandma that no longer serve us, we're still doing. We can't do that. So we can't be in the sun all the time, because not everybody lives here, or not everybody can be in the sun. Well, what do you eat to get your vitamin D? Green, leafy vegetables. Why? Because vitamin D is what helps create chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is plant blood. Plant blood helps our blood, hemoglobin. It's like their hemoglobin and our chlorophyll. We need that. Leafy greens, or anything that comes from a tree, because the trees are closer to the sun. So you think apples, your oranges, your pears. They in the sun a lot. Avocados. Anytime I can squeeze an avocado, just like make up a reason to eat an avocado.
When you go to the store now and the seedless grapes and everything, they taking the seeds out. We shouldn't buy those.
Okay, so
seedless watermelon.
Remember we talked about the seed, right? Remember we talked about the seed. And if you're eating something with a seed, it gives you lots. Unfortunately, it is so hard to find seeded a watermelon and grapes. You can still get seeded oranges and stuff, but sometimes you don't know until you buy it. You don't know.
And should you eat the seed? I heard you can eat the seed.
Especially like watermelons, absolutely. Absolutely. Seeds have so much nutrients in them. Let me tell you about papaya, since we're talking about seeds. Papaya is a yummy, yummy tropical fruit. But the seeds are anti-parasitic. So you can eat papaya, it kills the seeds, it kills the parasites. It tastes not good. They're bitter, but that's how you know it's killing the parasites. The parasites like sweet. So anything bitter is going to kill it. Pumpkin seeds good to kill parasites as well. So you get the papaya seeds. What I will do is I'll scoop it out and I hold my nose and take it like a kid because it's bitter. It's like pepper times 20. And then you just swallow it. You don't chew it. But I have to chew it to know because I'm just curious. I'm like, is it that bad? Oh, it's bad. Papaya seeds.
But could you put it in your bullet?
You can put it in your bullet, but it's going to be spicy. You can. You can even order papaya seeds. They make it in powder online. So that's one of the things that are in there. So I'm saying this, in order for us to get clear and to get moving, you need to have your minerals, you need to have your vitamin D, so rich, green, leafy stuff. If you don't like to eat it, you could always, put it in a smoothie. Or you can get like powder supplements. This is why I love doing herbs, because a lot of people they're trying to build up. And a lot of the tastes are just a little much for them, and I get it. But I'd rather you get it in the capsule, the veggie cap, that you can just digest real quick than don't get it at all. So you need your vitamin D, you need your minerals, and you need to cleanse. Well, why is cleansing important? I mean, outside of Candace and Joy doing the cleanse, why is cleansing and Veronica doing it? Why is it important? Let me paint a picture for you. You have a car, right? And I love to use a car analogy because we all ride our cars. We usually have to get, after 36,000 miles, you have to get a tune-up on your car or something like that, 40,000 miles, right? Let's say you didn't do that, and you ran your car to 100,000 miles without it ever going to the mechanic. I'm speaking to myself. I need to take my car to the shop. But let's say you do that, and then the mechanic says, you got this going on, that going on, that going on, and that going on. How do I have all this going on? When's the last time you took it to the shop, Miss Campbell-Garbutt? 2015. It compounded itself. So we can fix this, but it's going to be a lot because we have to fix it all at once. If you get regular maintenance, all you're going to need is regular maintenance. It's a great way to keep the main thing. The main thing. Is get that regular maintenance. So you have to cleanse your body. Even if you start eating clean, I love this when people, Sasha, I started eating clean. And that's so ambiguous. What does eating clean mean? Okay, I started eating clean, so I don't need to cleanse. Yeah, you do. So where's all that stuff that you were eating last week? Where is it? And I'll tell you what, it's still there. Your cell walls absorb everything. Your intestinal walls, they suck up everything. It's alive. You have to cleanse your blood, your cells. Your cells die off. Your cells will always replenish themselves. But we never really have the benefit of it because we're constantly putting junk in there to make it have to die off and fight again. We're not enjoying how it feels to have our cells die off and come back revitalized because we're putting stuff back in there. But your body really does heal itself. Everything, your skin, your liver, all that kind of regenerates itself. 30-second disclaimer. He's about to clean up the food. Anybody, we could take it. If everybody wants to grab a beverage, is delicious. It is, but it may have. And you guys just understand that it's a no. This is not that kind of